Hi, everyone, and welcome to Discovery Days with the Oklahoma Hall of Fame and Gaylord Pickens Museum. We're so excited you guys are here and can't wait to get started. We want to take a quick moment to say thank you to our sponsors with the Chickasaw Nation and the Inasmuch Foundation for making free family programming in 2021 possible. All right, guys, we have a fun day in store, so we're going to jump right in. As you guys know, this is our museum located here in Midtown, Oklahoma City. We love this museum and love even more that we get to share it with all of you. We have lots of fun new programs and exhibits coming your way this spring, so make sure to come down and see us. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So make sure to come down and see us. We would love to see all of you in person as long as everyone feels comfortable. Our mission is to tell Oklahoma's story through its people. Every day we work really hard to share the inspiring stories of Oklahomans with all generations because we believe that Oklahomans are changing the world. That includes all of you. So today I want to share a fun, unique story of an Oklahoma Hall of Fame member, and that is artist Ed Ruscha. Ed Ruscha is an internationally recognized painter, printmaker, photographer, and filmmaker. He achieved recognition for his many outstanding photographic books, including his book, 26 Gasoline Stations, containing photographs of gasoline stations along Route 66 between Oklahoma and California. Does everyone know about Route 66? It's that really famous highway that goes right through Oklahoma. Yeah, so Ed Ruscha made a really big project of checking out all these gas stations along that route and then published a book about it. So Ruscha's work has been represented in all major museums and private collections throughout the US and Europe. So Ed Ruscha also has an exhibit on display right now at Oklahoma Contemporary. And one thing that's really cool about Ed Ruscha is that he uses really unique materials. Sometimes he uses food. And at the Contemporary right now, they have his chocolate room. So I wanted to show you guys, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Ed Ruscha and his unique use of materials, because today we're going to read a fun story about a dragon, and then we're going to make our own dragons out of some unique materials as well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and switch this over so that way you can see my book and read along with me. All right, guys, we are going to read a story called Waking Dragons. Don't forget to wake the dragons before school. Love, Mom. Sounds like an adventure. Dragons, wake up. He's already got his armor on. He's ready for it. He had to use a ladder to get up there. Dragons rise. I don't think they want to wake up. They're jumping on him. Dragon open, dragon eyes. He's working on it. See how he's sitting on his nose? This little guy's already breathing fire. How scared the puppy is. Dragons blink, dragons bumble. They seem pretty sleepy. He's got steam coming out of his, or smoke coming out of his nose now. Dragons leap, dragons tumble out of bed. I feel like dragons should be much more graceful, maybe. To brush their teeth, the fangs above, the fangs beneath. We have in case of dragon breath. I bet that's what they used. Put their jammies in the hamper. Dragons and jammies, really? These guys, apparently. Then all dragons skip and scamper. These guys look a little scared. Do you see how they're in the shadow of the dragon? It's a big dragon. Down the hall on 4 big feet to the kitchen, there to eat. They look pretty excited to eat, don't they? Everybody does. Well, the dog still looks a little scared, but I think it's just because the dragon's so big. Breakfast waffles topped with syrup, which makes dragons really cheer up. I think waffles sound great for breakfast, and apparently so do the dragons. This is a lot of waffles, though. Wipe their faces, runny noses, get into their outdoor clothes. They've got to dress warm for being outside. They both have goggles. Do we think they're gonna fly? Kiss their dragon mom goodbye. Leap from cave into the sky. See, they came out of their cave right here. They said goodbye to their mom before they went to school, where dragons get to fly. Now that sounds like a pretty cool school, don't you think? I think so. Now we know what their goggles were for. And fly. They're going and they're taking their friend to night school. That's what his armor was for. And fly. They've dropped him off and now they go off to school where they get to fly all day. Well, what a fun story about being a dragon and how hard it is to wake up a dragon, apparently. They're in a deep, deep sleep. All right, guys, so now we're going to make our own dragons. Today, we are going to need a toilet paper roll, an empty one, of course, a glue stick, maybe some scissors and maybe some crayons. And then we're also going to need some construction paper, whatever color you want. Dump this out here. All right. There we go. We're going to need some pom-poms. We've got some smaller ones and some bigger ones. Some googly eyes. Some glue dots. We haven't used those in a while. And some strips of tissue paper. All right, here we go. So the first thing we need to do is we need to give our dragon a colored body, right? So I'm going to use my crayon here. I'm going to lay my toilet paper on my green construction paper. Move that up a little bit. And I'm going to use a dark colored crayon. I'm going to lay it on my paper so I know that it covers the whole thing. And then I'm going to draw a little line right here at the edge. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to take this line all the way down, just like that. Now I'm just going to cut it right down that line. We want it to fit our toilet paper roll pretty good. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for now. Okay, so now I'm going to take my toilet paper roll and lay it on here. And now it looks like it'll fit much better. So I'm going to take a glue dot. This is a little bit easier than a glue stick for this. Put my glue dot on there, on my paper, and then I'm just going to peel it up. Remember, sometimes they stick, so we have to use our other hand to kind of hold that glue dot down a little bit, just like that. All right, so now I'm just going to lay my toilet paper on there. And then I'm just going to roll. Tuck that end in. All right. Now I'm going to take another glue dot. You might need a grown-up's help if we're holding on to it. There we go. Just going to peel that up. And then we're just going to roll it right on top and stick. Now we've got our dragon body. It's covered in green or whatever color you picked. I picked green. It's my favorite color. Okay, so next, should we do the eyes next or the nostrils? I think we should let's do our eyes next, okay? We're going to use our bigger pom-poms for our eyes, okay? The first thing we need to do, though, is we need to get our googly eyes here onto our pom-poms. So we are going to take some glue dots. I'm going to need one glue dot for each eye. All right, I'm just going to peel that off again. I'm just going to stick it on the back of my eye here, just like that. And then I'm going to peel it up once I get it to stick. There we go. Okay, now I've got that on there. Wants to stick to my fingers. All right, and then I'm just going to use that on my eye, and I'm just going to push it onto the pom-pom using that glue dot, and then I'm just going to squeeze really hard, almost until I feel that googly eye kind of pop in and out. You know how they do that. Great, so I've got one, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other. Get my glue dot here. And stick it onto the eye. onto the googly eye. And then I'm going to do the same thing on my other big pom-pom. I'm just going to press down like that until I feel it kind of pop. Squeeze real hard. All right, so now I've got my eyes on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue. I'm going to take another glue dot. I'm going to need 2 more here. And I'm going to put it on the back side of my pom-pom. Kind of going to put it underneath where we put the eye. So just like that, now that that's on there, kind of, there we go. Okay, I'm going to use that. I'm going to stick it on the top and then press down real hard. Use all those big muscles, just like that. So now I've got one. I'm going to do the same thing with my other eye. So I'm going to grab another glue dot. And if you want, you can stick this one. You can try to stick this one. I'm going to try to stick it on the paper instead. And then take my other eye and press down just like that. And you might want to hold on to the googly eye while you do this so you don't knock it off. So now I've got my 2 eyes. Okay, so I'm going to do next, I'm going to use, I'm going to put on these pieces of paper inside the tube. So I know that sounds really, really complicated, but it's a lot easier than you think. So I'm going to take all of these strips of paper and I'm going to put a little strip of glue on each one of them using my glue stick. And then I'm going to glue it on the inside. I'm going to alternate the colors orange and yellow because that's what I have. But if you want to do something different, you can. Remember, when we do art, everyone looks different. So I just put a little strip of glue on the end there, and then I'm just going to stick it inside my toilet paper roll and then press on it where I put that glue. And now that's one is stuck in there. So we're going to make it look a little bit like he's breathing fire. All right. So I've got another one, and you can kind of overlap them inside if you want to. And I'm just going to do that until I fill the whole thing. All right, there we go. See, it's not as hard as it sounded, right? Okay, there we go. Almost done. We've got 2 more here. So what color? I need orange next. Okay. After this, we just need to add our nostrils. I'm going to overlap a little bit here. And then when we're done, I'm going to show you guys a really cool trick that we can do with our dragons, okay? And I promise it's really, really cool. Okay, there's that. Stick on my last one here. Just like that. Okay, so now that those are on, the last thing we need to do is give our dragon nostrils, right? So we're going to take the last set of our glue dots. And remember, if you don't have glue dots, a glue stick will work too. And I'm going to peel one off the paper and I'm going to stick it on to my dragon towards closer to the front. So I've got one right there. You can see that. And I'm going to stick my pom-pom on there. Go. All right, and I'm going to take my last glue dot here, peel that off. All right, and now I'm going to add my second one here. Stick on my other nostril and press down on it. So now my dragon is done. I'm going to stop sharing this so that way you guys can see. And I'm going to show you the really cool thing that we can do with our dragons that I bet you didn't think of. It's a windsock, so you can blow in it and you can make your dragon breathe fire. Well, guys, I had so much fun with you today making dragons and learning all about artist Ed Ruscha. I can't wait to see you guys again next week. So make sure to come out and see us next week on Discovery Days on our website. Bye, guys.